I'm on, David.
Yes, we're recording, Andrew. So, hands off, Mr. Fun Guy. Hi, my name's Liam Phillips, and Andrew Rick is over in Australia. We're here
Yep.
to talk a little bit more about who's got your back.
Yeah. So the last video that we, just a couple of days ago was, had a fairly doozy of a question in it. It was, who have you decided has your back that actually doesn't? Now,
Yeah,
who out there has actually used it?
I did. And I guess one of the things is with questions are actually part of the creative process. And once you ask a question, it means that you can receive a different reality or a different possibility. It's probably a better way of looking at it. So my whole reality has changed since we talked last time. And part of that is, I ask lots of questions every day, but part of that was asking that question, which was again, Andrew?
Who have you decided has your back that actually doesn't?
Yeah.
Now, there is the alternate question to that. Who have you decided that doesn't have your back that actually does? These could be family members who you decide, yes, they have my back, but when it really comes down to it, no, they don't. They're just not there.
Mm-hmm.
They could be partners. They could be anyone.
It could be business partners. It could be relationship. It could even be an energy. Like some of you know that I'm a talk to the entities facilitator. Yeah. It could be an entity. It could be an energy. It could be like a bank. I mean, have a look at your bank right now. Does it have your back? Well, when I actually start asking that of inanimate entities, so to speak, it was interesting because one of the banks that I bank with is PayPal, and it's always been very easy to work with PayPal for me.
Yeah.
And so when I asked that question, it was very light. Yes, PayPal has my back, and that account is always growing. I mean, I take money out of it, but it always grows. And so that's one of the things that we were looking at in the class description. And I think it says something along the lines there is when somebody has your back, maybe you can add in there when something has your back or somebody has your back, it means that you can create greater. And money is one of those things that is a byproduct of working with somebody else that creates greater.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously, if it's relationships, it's you create a greater, more fun, enjoyable, expansive relationship. If it's with business, it's about creating something bigger and better, more wonderful and brilliant with business. But do the people that you've actually decided have your back, do they actually have your back? And that's what that question was about. Who have you decided has your back that actually doesn't? Some examples. One particular example comes to mind. I went into business with a guy about 5 or 6 years ago.
Was it me?
No, it wasn't you.
Good, because it's not going to be a good story, is it?
No, it's not going to be a good story. Yours are always horrible anyway.
Okay.
So my wife and I went into business with this guy, and everything seemed fun and light in the beginning and so on, and then things quickly went downhill. We were in business. We ended up being in business with this guy for about 3 to 4 months. It just quickly toppled over. It became very clear that he was not interested in creating what we call a sustainable business. It was all about the money right there and then, and everything was about him.
Yeah.
That is not someone who has your back.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because whilst you were talking about that, another question has come up. So maybe we can leave people with a new question this week. Well, it's not so much a question, but maybe we can create a question out of it.
Yeah.
Many of us actually look at a person and then we decide that they have our back because they look a particular way or because they say particular things.
Yeah.
Or it's a similar energy to somebody else that you know that has your back. Now, this is often what we call coming to conclusion. You know, we're basing our points of view or our belief that somebody has our back, based on a previous experience, and that's not necessarily going to work. So it's also true the other way around. How many of you have walked down the street? Maybe you've seen somebody with tats all over their face and earrings and a nose piercing. And what is it that you immediately do? Do you go, hey, wow, look, one of my peeps? Or do you actually, put up your barriers? So what a person looks like or what they say is not necessarily going to be what they say they're going to do, or just because they look nice, they're going to have your back, or that they look bad, therefore they're not going to. They look like they're going to mug you, so they don't have your back. So you got to get over your point of view about what people look like and what people say. Don't listen to what comes out of their mouth, but go with that light and heavy energy. Oh, maybe that's the tool.
Or there's the light and heavy, or the expansion and contraction that both have. You can get the same result, whichever one you use.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, so is it, okay, you'll start to go into, start to negotiate with this particular person, and okay, is this fun and light and expansive, or is it heavy and contractive?
Yeah.
Pretty good indicator.
And also, don't come to the conclusion that because it's heavy, it's the person. Like, the thing is then you can say, here's a good one, Andrew. Here's the question. Okay, so what would it take for all the people that will have my back to start showing up in my reality?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and then we could do the antithesis on that. What would it take for all the people that don't have my back to go away?
Now.
With total ease, joy, and glory.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Hey, look, why don't you try it until next video, which will be, I don't know, when I'm off to Brazil in a couple of days. So,
and I'm off to Japan.
And you're off to Japan. I believe you're going to a wedding.
Yeah, I'm going off to a wedding. A wedding.
A wedding. Yeah. Cool. I'm sure you'll enjoy that. Is it up in Sapporo or?
Yes, it is.
Ah, cool. Have a beer for me.
I'll have a few.
One of my favorite beers.
I'll have a few beers for Ari as well, and maybe for the rest of the world. Oh.
Cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video today. If you'd like to come to the class, you sign up where, Andrew?
That way, or I'm not sure where it's going to be.
Yeah. Somewhere.
Yeah. So there'll be a register here link or something like that.
Yeah. So it's goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from me. Bye-bye.